Joy to the World, Charles Spurgeon's Daily Readings for Advent. Day 20, The Remedy to Fear. And in the same region there were shepherds in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were filled with great fear. And the angel said to them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all the people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord. And this will be a sign for you. You will find a baby wrapped in swaddling cloths and lying in a manger. Luke chapter 2, verses 8 through 12. This is the remedy to fear. God with us. God made flesh. According to the text, the shepherds were not to fear because the angel had come to bring them good news. How does it run? It says, I bring you good news of great joy. But what was this gospel? Further on, we are told that the gospel was the fact that Christ was born. So then, it is good news to men that Christ is born, that God has come down and taken manhood into union with himself. Indeed, this is good news. He who made the heavens slumbers in a manger. What does this mean? That God is not of necessity an enemy to man? Because here is God actually taking manhood into alliance with deity. The eternal seems to be so far away from us. He is infinite, and we are such little creatures. There appears to be a great gulf fixed between man and God, even on the ground of creatorship. But observe, he who is God has alone become man. We never heard that God took the nature of angels into union with himself. We may therefore say that between Godhead and angelhood, there must be an infinite distance still. But here the Lord has actually taken manhood into union with himself. There is therefore no longer a great gulf fixed. On the contrary, here is a marvelous union. Godhead has entered into marriage bonds with manhood. O my soul, you do not stand now like a poor lone orphan wailing across the deep sea after your Father who has gone far away and cannot hear you. You do not now sob and sigh like an infant, like naked and helpless, its maker having gone too far away to regard its wants or listen to its cries. No, your maker has become like you. Is that too strong a word to use? He without whom nothing was made that was made is that same word who tabernacled among us and was made flesh in such a way that he was tempted in all points, like as we are, yet without sin. O manhood, was there ever such news as this for you? Poor manhood, you weak, worn of the dust, far lower than the angels, lift up your head and be not afraid. Poor manhood, born in weakness, living in toil, covered with sweat, and dying at last to be eaten by the worms. Do not be ashamed, even in the presence of angels. For next to God is man, and not even an archangel can come in between. Jesus Christ, eternally God, was born and lived and died, as we also do. This is the first word of comfort to expel our fear. This was a message preached by Charles Spurgeon, December 1866, called God Incarnate, the End of Fear.